Hi, I'm Steve, welcome back. Today I've come to Perry Wood, which is just outside of Faversham, obviously in Kent. This is managed by Swale Borough Council, you can see over my shoulder. There's a much nicer sign here though. I'm at the main car park. Perry Wood is signposted off the main road for the last couple of junctions, so it should be easy to find if you're coming here. It's a large area of woodland. There's a mix of coppice trees, like chestnut and stuff, and then some of your more traditional broadleaf trees. See, I'm starting to get better at this, do you think? We'll see. But I've come for a wander around today. There's a couple of things to find here. There's the pulpit, the mount, which is a viewpoint, and we should have great views. It's a little bit misty this morning. It's brightening up at the moment, but it comes and goes. Then also we're looking for the site of an old windmill. Used to be here between the 1500s and the 1900s. And then finally there's some archaeological finds. There's some old earthworks which date back maybe to the Roman times, possibly to the Middle Iron Age. So the few things here, we're going to go for a wander. Don't know whether you can see over my shoulder, I'm carrying my tripod, so I'm trying to make a commitment to do some more photos today. If I get some decent photos, what I might do is batch them up and stick them on the end of the video for you to have a look at. So hang around till the end, please. It always helps the stats on the channel as well. And we'll see whether or not I can get this balance between the video in for the YouTube channel and the photos sorted. See how it goes. Catch you in a bit. Still in the car park here at Perry Wood. There's a nice board here. Oh, it's a bit sticky to touch actually. Don't know what that is. Yeah. Nice board here about the park and a map, so we can see where we're going today. So we are currently at this area they call the bandstand, and it says there used to be the Salvation Army play here, and I'm planning to go all the way down to the bottom to the mount and the pulpit, and then work my way back round the side here to the Windmill Hill. So it says that Salvation Army bands once played here, and teas were served, and rhododendrons were planted. So there's a little photo here back to the early 1900s. Some areas of Perry Wood are privately owned, so you've got to stick to the footpaths and bridleways that they've put in here. But this looks nice. One of those nice, like, sprawled out car parks. There's no other facilities here. The car park, I believe, is free. I've not seen any signs for charging, but there's no cafe, no toilets or anything like that. But it's going to be a nice place to come out and have a good walk. So let's see what else we can see. Perry Wood, let's go. So out of the trees and out of the fog, it's one lot of fog really, I can see now we're coming to what they call the pulpit. So there was originally a viewing platform built here in the 1800s. Obviously this isn't the original, and it's been redone a few times I would imagine, but we're right near the viewing area from here apparently. So I don't think the pulpit is the viewing area. I believe it's off to the side somewhere, so I'm going to tell you about that in a second. Let's see what we've got up here. Well, I think today unfortunately our views are a little bit cut off by the mist and fog. You can see, well, yeah, you can probably see over my shoulder here, there would be views for quite some distance, but today they have been curtailed somewhat. Behind me is the path after I struggled up that hill, but this is nice. I think there would have been, or there are carvings around here, but it looks like they were done some time ago, so they've worn down now. It's not quite as magnificent as they would have been. The main carving around the seat here says the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty. This would have been quite cool. I'm guessing that it's just worn away over time. The thing for everybody to do here would be to come up and touch it. It does say that that direction is the Isle of Sheppey. There's too many trees there to tell. What I have forgotten today is to bring my drink. I've left it in the car, so could have done with a little slurp of something cold right now. As it is, I'm going to move on and find the mount, which is the proper viewing area apparently. Can you hear? It's nothing but nature. It's nice. Catch up with you in a second. So this is the pulpit behind me. Just to give you a bit more information, there's a board here. I'll take a photo. But read it to you. It says the pulpit is thought to be so named because sermons were once preached from here. No one is sure, but it's likely that there was a structure here in the 1800s. I said that on the way up, I think, didn't I? I'd already read that somewhere. But it was used to survey the Chilham Castle and Sheldwich Lees Court estates, which I'm guessing will be just over the hill. You're not going to see it on the camera here, but it looks like it's dropping away just over the edge here, back down to the bottom of the hill. But it's a point to aim for. Got a nice picnic bench here to sit and have a cup of tea, if I'd have brought my tea with me. I didn't even nick a chocolate biscuit from home. How bad's that? Let's go and look for some of the other features here at Perrywood. Here we are going down the hill again. I'm hoping this is going to take us around the mound, so I haven't got to climb that hill to get back to the car park. It does look like the path goes around actually. I'm just seeing it going around the bottom here, so hopefully I won't have to climb back up here back to the car park. It looks like I can go a different way. I'm going to go look for the windmill, which is down here and to the right. So I've just come down the bottom of the slope there from the steps from the mount and the pulpit. Come out to this nice orchard area. There is a footpath that goes on down through here. Oh, I'm really in the dark there, aren't I? Sorry. But I recognise this from another YouTube video. There's a local photographer, I think he was called Lee Pellin. Sorry if I got that wrong, Lee. But he's been to Perrywoods, so I watched that as a little bit of prep before I came out today. And this was a view that he had as well. So we would have been able to see across all of here from the top, from the mount. I'm not sure what sort of orchard that is, but let's keep moving round. I say hopefully most of the hills are done for today. They're nice paths here, but it's not somewhere that is wheelchair friendly particularly or anything like that. And the facilities at Perrywood are pretty limited. There's only a free car park, so no toilets, no cafe or anything like that. But the sun's starting to come out. It's a nice place to come for a walk and a bit of an explore. Let's see what we find. Depending on which websites you look at and read about Perrywood, one of the features of Perrywood also turns out to be the Rose and Crown. Now again, having done a bit of prep, I thought this was going to be good when I realised I'd forgotten my cup of tea. I thought this was going to be my saviour, and I might have even had a bacon sandwich or something. But it's about 1 o'clock, so it's lunchtime, but this pub is shut. And it looks as if it's shut for a while as well. Not sure that it's shut just for today. It's very quiet and dark, so I'll do a little bit of research if I can, if I remember. And this is where I'm really bad at these videos, sorry, I forget to go and do the extra research afterwards and check into these things. But don't bank on it being open right now. It is a Monday, so potentially they don't open Monday lunchtimes, or they don't open at lunchtimes at all. So don't take my word for it. The Rose and Crown, I'm sure if it's still a running pub, then they'll have a website or something. It looks inside, it looks as if it could still open this evening, sort of thing, you know. There's still tables in there, and there's still pumps at the bar and stuff. So maybe I've just got unlucky, but watch out for that. Could have done with a pint now as well. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? But we're gonna move on, and we're still heading our way back. Back towards the windmill and the car park. I'm not the fittest of blokes. That's the only muddy bit I've seen today. Looks like possibly horses still come up there. Can you see that over my shoulder? I think so. Bit of a hill, but look this way. Picnic bench. It's like they knew people would need to stop here after climbing that little hill. And to be fair, the hills have all been little short, sharp shocks. It's not like we're in the Lake District or something like that. But this might be the area of the earthworks. Looking on this picnic table bench, I'll take a photo. Looks like we might be at the earthworks, which is another feature to look out for here at Perrywood. This was dated to the Roman times, but there was some fairly recent lottery heritage funding that enabled more archaeological work to go on at this site at Perrywood, and they've now found Middle Iron Age artifacts, suggesting that this mound has been, you know, occupied or had human interaction going back many years. I'm going to take a moment to take a pew, check where I am on the map, see if I should be telling you about anything else. But this is only a couple of minutes up the hill from the pub. Right, let's take a breather and not have a cup of tea. Oh, so could do with a cup of tea right now. So just to clarify what this plaque is saying on this table here, it says the date of the rectangular earthworks are still uncertain. Historians have suggested it's Roman, but there's been no finds made from that time. Investigations have shown renewed settlement here from the middle of the 17th century, and the earthwork may have been reworked during the Civil War. There's evidence of other occupation on the hilltop. Flints from the Stone Age and pottery from the first prehistoric farmers have been found at this place. A windmill stood here between the 16th and the early 20th centuries, and Victorian cottages once stood alongside the old quarry to the northeast. I'm not even going to try and point and pretend I know which way northeast is right now. But so at the moment here at the top, the bracken's quite heavy. You know, there's quite a lot of bracken around, and I understand that if the bracken is beaten down, you know, depending on the time of year you come and that the earthworks are a little bit more obvious. But at the moment I can't really make out much, to be honest with you. But we're obviously in a place of some historical significance. I say it's quite an interesting little plaque here. So I've taken a photo, had to balance across the top of the table. We'll see how it comes out. If it's any good, I'll put that up so you can read it for yourselves. But this is the site that I was looking for the windmill. But it seems, as before, where I got the mount and the pulpit sort of confused, and I believe are one place. I now think the archaeological work and the windmill similarly are another single place to come and look at Perrywood. the path's down here, so I'm going to go crack on. Perrywood is sort of split into two halves by the main car park, and I've come south, and there is a stretch to the north as well. We're going to see how much time I have here today, whether I can go and explore over the north side as well. So stick around to the end, let's see how far I get. So I'm heading north out of the car park now, on what seems to be the main path. This is where I saw all the dog walkers heading earlier. So there don't seem to be the features, you know, the historical features and things to look for going this way so much, but maybe it's an easier path. Say the south side is more hilly, this looks to be a bit flatter. One of the other things that we're looking out for, that I've taken some photos of already, is these waymark signs, these path trail markers, and there's various trees and animals and things to look out for on the way round. So I've seen some of those on the south side. Let's see what we got on the north side. We're running down the side of a house here, so there's this big fence on the left, so clearly not quite as pretty as the other side. Oh, look, there's a pond through here. I wonder if there's a photo to be had. Maybe from the other side, or I can see a bridge down there. Let's see if we can get a photo. Right, so it turns out this is quite a mucky pond actually, not very photogenic. Someone's even thrown a waypost marker in there. Why do people do that? Look after your environment, people. It won't be here forever. So, onwards. Here we are, back at the car park. I'm parched, so I'm going to get myself a cup of tea. With the tea kit that I keep in my car for such emergencies. Let's go to a picnic bench, make myself a cup of tea. Let's make a brew. Tea time. Hopefully there's enough in there for a cup of tea. Got the water's back in the car. Hold on, I'll be back. That's going to make it easier to make a cup of tea in it. Oh, where were we? I always promised myself I wasn't going to be one of those channels that would make people watch water boil, you know. So I won't make you watch the whole cup of tea. Can't even remember how to put this thing together. So whilst that's boiling, let's just sum up. Don't forget to take your drink with you when you're out walking. Keep yourself hydrated. Perry Wood, the south side from the main car park, is where all the fun's at. So it's a little bit hilly, but there's those sites to go and have a look at that make the walk a little bit more interesting. The hills are short and sharp, so no wheelchairs, no buggies or anything like that, because they're quite steep hills, but there's not much to them. Other than that, the north side loop, not much to write home about. It's alright if you've got the dog and want to walk out for a quarter of an hour or something, but beyond that, probably not worth it. But the south side's been nice. Lots of varied trees around. Couldn't tell you what they are, of course, but I've enjoyed it. I'm parched. That's something my nan used to say. Do people say that anymore? I'm parched. Busting for a cup of tea. Let's hope my milk is still in date. So I've got this UHT milk. Best before. Oh, I think that says March 2022. So I'm just in. This is the end of March I'm doing this video. So I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing about making a cup of tea, but this is my little setup that I keep in the car now. I've used it a couple of times. It's quite nice if I've been out. I'm going to sit here and have a cuppa. Let's come back to you in a second when this is done. Right, tea's done. I've been looking forward to this. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. It's been nice to come out to Perry Wood. I've had a nice couple of hours here, so I'd recommend coming here if you want a nice walk through woodland. I'm going to sit here with my cup of tea for 5 minutes, listen to the birds, and thanks for watching. If the photos are any good, I will stick them up at the end of this, and yeah, see you next time for the next video. Thanks very much.